So I taught him from the age of 5 all the way through primary school. And I remember him clearly because he was really small for his age. Smallest in the class. Well, a year actually. And as he went through school, he hardly grew, so a lot of the younger children outgrew him. And I think it was the school nurse that contacted his parents because we were concerned that it might be a growth or a hormone defect. And when he started, he was really quiet, like a little mouse. Hardly got a peep out of him. But I think around year 4, there was some teasing. I wouldn't say bullying, because the school wouldn't have tolerated that, but just some silly names, low-level ostracizing, like not picking him for football teams, that sort of stuff. But he took it really badly. I remember that. He used to get really angry. And I think there was a couple of times where he'd get in trouble for fighting and hitting others, and just generally being a bit rude, a bit disruptive. But he settled back down, he got on with school, and he was a lot more vocal from then on. Oh, and he was really good at English. Yeah, and it wasn't his mother tongue. He was first generation British, but his parents had escaped Somalia in the 90s. He loved reading, he was fantastic at writing. I mean, he even won the local council Christmas card competition with a poem. Yeah. He left school in 2009? Wasn't long ago, was it? So yeah, he wasn't remarkable or stand out in any other way except that he was small and he loved writing. So when I heard his name on the news, my ears pricked because it was familiar. I didn't for a second think that it was him. And I wasn't watching it. It was on in the background while I was making dinner because my friend Sally was coming over. So I missed the actual news items. And I remember thinking, all right, I'll watch it later. See if it's, Yusuf Khalif. But as soon as Sally arrived, that was the first thing she mentioned. Have you heard about the terrorist attack at Ulster Circus? And she's telling me about it, and she's like, apparently he's from Holsden. It was from there that her words and the name from the news, it just collided in my brain. She was like, Ray, you're right. And I just sat there in shock. I managed to motion to her to turn it over to the news, and there he was. A photo of him. Of Yusuf. She could tell by my face what had happened. She was just like, oh my God, you used to teach him. I think my mouth was wide open, and we just sat there and watched Dermot Murnaghan talk about this person, this child. This small boy that I taught for 6 years. About how he blew himself up at Oxford Street Crossing and killed nearly 27 people and injured more than 80. It happened a couple of months ago, but I must admit, I took it quite personally. It's hard to describe, you know. Look, I know that I'm in no way responsible for what he chose to do on that day. But I do hold a level of responsibility. I taught him for 6 years. That's a third of his life that I had an input, an impact. I was there for 6 years of his growth. So how could I, one of his educators, one of his teachers, not show him right from wrong. Not teach him about kindness, about empathy, about tolerance. What happened? Huh? How did he get radicalized? I mean, when did his thinking start to change? When did he start to think that this sort of thing was right? Could I have helped him? Could I have stopped it? I mean, did we as a school supply enough support when the teasing had started? I mean, could we even trace it back to then? And could... all these questions. I mean, how hard he slept. I mean, how can I go on teaching? It all seems so futile now. I mean, I look at these kids and I think to myself, what if one of them grows up and be like him? And then I start to picture the faces of all of those 33 people that were killed that day. That's how many it was in total. 33. It's the size of one of my classes. I mean, there were Londoners, there were tourists, but they were just people. People out on a Saturday afternoon doing their Christmas shopping. And they never got to celebrate Christmas. And I can't stop feeling guilty about that. I can't get it out of my mind. I helped to shape this child's future. And I failed. We all failed.